Hey everyone, this is Luis from Quickcolor. Just stopping by again, just to give you another quick tutorial. So I want to show you what I did. I created this Instagram template for anyone that wants to create like a post around quotes, and I'm a theme mine around sports. So as many of you know, or don't know, I do have a sports podcast, and that's Don't At Me Sports, and I love creating new content and new templates. So just want to show you what I did and what the process was. So I'm gonna start off with a color fill. We want to be able to just have a layer in the back that's just completely that you could just edit. So it's gonna be a color fill, and you could change that color for any reason. So the first layer that I want to talk about is this background. So this background before was an image. So once you drop an image, ideally when you're creating a template for Instagram, you just want to be able to create something that's very easy, and you could interchange like layers and just make sure that it's very easy to use. So with this background filter, it's actually saved as a smart object, and then that is connected as a PSB. So let me click this for you, kind of show you. So let's go to Google and let's just find a Staples Center inside, right? So I'm gonna copy this image. So like I said, since these are smart objects and they're connected, so whatever I do on this file would show up in the master file. Let's go here, we're gonna paste it, and we're just gonna enlarge it, and we're just gonna press save. Let's go back to the master file, and as you see, it's cropped into a square image, just really good for uploading to Instagram. So let's go back here, we're gonna get rid of that, and we're just gonna press save. So again, it goes back to this. Like I mentioned before, if LeBron were to ever start a LeBron Thoughts, this is what it would look like. So let's go here, and we're gonna add LeBron. So what I did was I went to Google, and I typed in LeBronJames.png, and this is what came up. And usually as a PNG, it just has a clear background, as you could see right behind him. There's no color, nothing that would make it look like it's not clear. So once we do that, I want to add a gradient just because I'm going to add text over that. So let's go to the text, and let's say we put that, right? What happens is if you don't add a gradient, the text would be it's not legible, so you can't really read it. So I would say make sure to add a gradient. This is what it does. Once you do add a gradient, you're able to like really just, what you want to do at the end of the day when you create any type of design is that you want to be able to have like focal points, right? So this is one. This allows you to do that. So make sure that you add either some type of shadow or gradient. Don't do shadows, like crazy shadows, but make sure that there's a gradient in the back so everything's legible. Now what I did here was I added an image. So anytime, let's say if LeBron has certain thoughts and wants to say this post is about this specific individual, it's great that we have an image. So that way, just the thing about Instagram and all these like social media platforms is that everything's visual, right? So you have a couple seconds to like really make an impression on somebody or understand what the post is about. So in this case, this post is about Anthony Davis. He just got traded from the Pelicans over to the Lakers, so I'm gonna do that. So this image started off just as a shape, and then what I did was I created a smart object, and then I inserted a picture of Anthony Davis. Let me just show you what that's like. If you double click it, that's the image of him, and I'll go through the entire process. So if I click Command Save, I go back to my image, you'll see that whatever I did on the other file reflects now on my new file. So let's go here. I'm gonna save that. I put in an image of Anthony Davis. hasn't worn a jersey yet, but you know, the power of Photoshop, right? So you go in here and that looks great. So now I went on LeBron's tweets and like Instagram, and I found that he did this. He set this quote like AD on the way, Anthony Davis, let's get it, bro. This isn't legible, like I said. Like as you could tell, it's very hard to see the quote. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna go back to the file, and I added its own gradient. So into that. So that way, like once I press save, you can go back here, and now you can see the quote that that LeBron mentioned. So with that, something else that I want to do, let's just say if it's sponsored by the Lakers, I want to create a logo. So what I did was I went to Google and I typed in like Lakers black and white logo, and this, I believe one of these images came up. Let me see. Not sure if I could find it anymore, but what you could do is you just click this one and then you get rid of all the whites and the grays. It's very easy. Or you select all the blacks and you bring it in here, and voila, you make a transparent PNG, and then you do a color overlay. So originally this logo was in black, and I brought it over and I did a color overlay for to add white. I also added noise to the background just because the image of Anthony Davis had a noise effect on it. So I wanted to make sure that ours did as well. So as you can tell, that's the original image. It has no noise and just doesn't look right. And let's just go ahead and add it. And now that has it, as well as LeBron. And one last thing is just to kind of liven up the image, I added this effect, the stroke effect. You could do that through the FX panel and the fill type. So if I were to do color, it'll be a solid color, but I decided to do a gradient, and I chose colors from LeBron's uniform. And yeah, that's pretty much how you want to structure like your Instagram templates. You want to create smart objects, so that way it's very easy to move in, replace, and add images, and that's going to help you in the long run. You want to be able to facilitate your work and just make sure that you're working smarter and effectively. So that's about it, I would say. Good luck to the Lakers now with Anthony Davis. Let's go get these championships. And that's it from Quickcolor. Make sure to subscribe, comment, and like the video. I appreciate it. Take care.